guys, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. For today's project Semicolon Mani, you'll need the Four Corners collection from Virtuous Polish or similar colors, a white base, I'm using Zoya's Purity, a top coat, I'm using KB Shimmers Clearly on top, an art brush, I'm using the detail brush from Virtuous Polish, and that's it, so let's get started. To begin, we're going to lay down a white base coat. I'm using Zoya's Purity here. It's a nice, thick, creamy white. So here is one coat. I'm going to let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. Here is the second coat of Zoya's Purity. So you really want to make sure that you have a nice clean white base. This second coat is going to bring it completely opaque, so we'll let this dry and then we'll go in with a top coat. Next is the top coat. I'm using KB Shimmers Clearly on top. This really helps blend out the white and makes it nice and clean. So we'll let this dry. Here is the finished base mani. Now we're going to go in with a dotting tool on our index finger. This tool is from bornprettystore.com. I'll link it down below. I'm using black acrylic paint here. We're just going to make a dot. And then we're going to repeat the process underneath it, almost the same size. And then we're going to drag it down to make a semicolon. So since this is acrylic paint, it's okay if you mess up. Just go in and rinse it with water. I'm going to flush out the outside right here a little bit. And we'll let this dry for just a second. Next, we're going to be using the Four Corners collection from Virtuous Polish. I'm going to take a piece of paper or a palette and add in a dab of each color of paint. Here's the blue, that's north. The purple is east. The green is west. And the pink is south. Now I'll be using the detail brush from Virtuous Polish. It's a really neat brush that collapses, so it protects the brush tip, and then it snaps together. So a really nice brush. It's really nicely weighted as well. It feels good in your hand, so this is what we'll be using. Next to your semicolon, we're going to start with a rainbow, where I'm going to start with north and bring it down towards the semicolon. The most important part right here is to make sure that you bring the color all the way out into the white near your cuticle. I left a little space here. I'm going to have to go back in and fill it. Next, I'm going to repeat the process with the purple and just bring it down towards the semicolon. I had left a little bit of space in between the blue and purple at first, but I decided later on that I liked it better when they were flush, so I am going to go back in and fill in that space. I went ahead and filmed making it flush, that way you can see. Just however you prefer. You can leave the spaces if you prefer. So here's the blue and the purple. Next we're going to go in with green. This is the west. Same steps. Next we're going to go in with the pink. And this will be our last color. Just dragging it towards a semicolon. Okay. Now you can see I flipped my hand over to help match up the colors, to make the design go all the way down my nails. I did speed this up quite a bit because it got a little tedious to watch. So just make sure your first color is nice and flowy, and it's okay to go outside the lines and make some like wave-like shapes. And continue the line all the way down your nails. And just fill it in. Next we're going to go with the purple, and this is going to be more of a just straight line. Just all the way down your nails. You can make it a little bit flowy. Just the most important part is to make sure you bring it all the way into the white part up near the cuticle on either side of your nail. You can overlap the colors a little bit. That's going to help it blend in. You don't have to. Just however you prefer. Next we're going to go in with the green. As long as you kind of match where the color is coming from on your index finger, you can do whatever you want with it. It's going to have a lot of movement. The green was a little less opaque of a polish, but it did really well while I was using it for this purpose. I did go ahead and go in and put a second coat of west on top of this. So just all the way down your nail. Next we're going to go in with the pink. This is south. And again, just like we did at the top, we're going to make it a little bit flowy and add some waves and some movement. Just wherever it's completely random, however you want to do it. Lots of swirls. It's a really pretty color. It really pops against that white. It's kind of important to leave white at both the top and the bottom so that you can see the movement. So I'm going to bring it all the way down to my nail and then make sure all my corners are filled in. So here's the finished look. I had went in and added little black dots, but I wasn't loving them, so I'm filling those in with white acrylic now. But now we're going to use the white acrylic and the detail brush from Virtuous Polish and add some more movement, just waves, just little stripes, especially anywhere that you have swirls or waves. If you accent those with the white acrylic polish, it's going to bring them out a lot more. So you can flip your hand over and match up the designs again. I didn't, I just kind of went for it. And I really like the effect. So especially where two colors meet, to break them up with the white, that looks nice. So here's our finished result. You can top coat if you'd like. I went ahead and left mine matte. Check out the down bar for all the products I use, and if you'd like more detailed pictures, you can also visit my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.